So we're giving a shot to watching Markiplier's new show, The Edge of Sleep. I know the basic premise. I think it sounds pretty interesting, and I'm hoping I end up liking it. I do want to say that as a content creator, I have never much liked Markiplier's stuff. Not in like an I hate it way, but just never been for me, but I've always loved him as a public figure, so whenever he does a video that's like an announcement or anything, I still watch it, and 99% of the time it's like, that sounds really cool, buddy. I'm not gonna be checking that out. This time's a little different. This time it sounds really cool. I wanna see it. I hope I like it. Markiplier's great, so... Full reactions are on Patreon, or if you want, you can pull up your copy of Episode 1 of The Edge of Sleep, The Whale, unrelated to Brendan Fraser, and press play on it when I press play when the timer reaches 0. Let me see if the subtitles turn on here. Yes, they do. Feels like we're going back to the future. The Exorcist woman? Oh, is he gonna be starting the show exhausted? That's even worse. Like, the luckiest folks, I think it's everyone who went to bed the previous night, right? The luckiest folks are definitely the ones who just so happen to wake up at like 8 p.m. or whenever the time cutoff is. Alright. Uh, 37 seconds. I wanted to make sure I caught the lyrics. That kind of hooked me in. 37 seconds and 3, 2, 1, go. Guys, the intro's amazing. I love that it feels like it's trying to put you to sleep a little bit, the fuzzy outer edges of everything. The calming singing voice. Oh, that's a good logo, too. That's a really good logo. I'm sorry, Mark. I'm not gonna be calling you Dave, most likely. In a way, you could take it as a compliment. I do the same thing with Jim Carrey. It's like, no, your name is not Stanley. So we're starting with this, huh? Listen to the giant space whale, Mark! Oh, I thought it turned into like an insect swarm. That whale's gonna be awake for weeks! What? Yes. That's a little extreme. What broke? Something about the whale! The whale! Aw. do we have to? I think it was intentionally not actually that funny because it's a little more real, but it really just didn't look that bad. Like, as far as that kind of fall can go, that went kind of great. Is this the extrovert adopted the introvert trope? Except you when you want to make fun of him. Is that just Mark again? What? Cinderella? Do you guys have any relationship outside of him making fun of you and pressuring you into social situations you want no involvement in? What? By going to bars and getting laid? That seems like not a guaranteed cure-all, I gotta say. Yeah, assuming he gets to like the 48-hour mark of no sleep, I think it's what, about 3 days to 72 hours when you're likely to start hallucinating. So, are we gonna deal with some unreliable narrator stuff as the episodes go on? I don't think we're quite there yet. We might be there yet. He dreamed about a talking whale. There's only your energy matches there being way more people in this room than there are. It's like, that Dave Torres makes a lot more sense coming from in a room with like 50 people. Yeah, he's... That sounds painful. I can see why you're not the biggest fan of parties in this particular group. I mean, Jesus Christ, there is absolutely no chill from anyone in this party. Maybe if I just, like, lightly press his chest, he'll come back to life. Someone call Dr. Mike. That is... Oh. Has it already happened? Dude. Okay. At that point, I think it might be correct to get the heck out of Dodge. Like, 3 people dead and I'm the only living person left at this fucking party. Plus my buddy. I gotta go. Yeah, it's right there. He said there's a gas leak. I mean, that's what I'd be thinking too. That's awesome. What? Man, I know it's 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. probably by now, but this is some great traffic. Really, the traffic probably wouldn't be all that different because the type of people that are driving at 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. were probably already awake an hour or two ago. It depends when they went to bed, what the cutoff period is. I mean, honestly, I haven't gone into enough emergency rooms to think that a slightly empty room at 4 a.m. is that crazy. Like, I would have assumed someone not being at the reception desk was just because they were helping elsewhere. In an immediate sense. I wouldn't be thinking something's wrong yet. Like, extreme wrong. Say maybe like you're a little inconsiderate, like, God damn it, get to work. That's my whole character! You can't take this from me! Okay. I mean, whatever. If truly everyone who went to bed last night died, I assume just in America, I assume that a bunch of people on the other half of the planet got much luckier, assuming this time thing wasn't time zone based. It didn't fuck you over sequentially. Like, you. Within an hour, it would be major international news. Whatever people were left to report it before communication lines went down. If it made that far, because people maintaining that shit would quickly slide downwards. Like, there would be no avoiding that. I mean, I can't blame him. I'd be thinking some apocalypse shit was going on too after, given the context that he now has. Oh God, don't do it. Don't do it. I am absolutely not all of the acting is great so far, but I am loving how they're building the premise. That's a slightly aggressive advertising campaign. Stay alive. This is this has got to feel like the worst luck in the world in an isolated setting. Like, you think this is the only place this is happening? How do you run into 5 different dead bodies? Alone in the same night? And now you have all the information you need to be panicked as fuck! As best case scenario, you stay awake long enough, you die. Worst case scenario, you fall asleep, you die! Assuming there's not a cutoff point where it's now okay to go to sleep. Insomniacs, rise! We've been training our whole lives for this! I really dug the first episode. That is exactly what I hoped it would be. I like Dave so far. I will call him Dave conditionally. Might switch back to Mark. I don't remember the friend's name, but I like him too, basically. The nurse, the main one, I'm assuming she's gonna be a major character. I really like her. Now, this is the kind of show it lives or dies on on how good the premise is, how well it lands in those initial moments, and it is so far doing that. And entirely divorced from, like I said at the beginning of this, I've never been much of a fan of Markiplier's content output. Nothing against him, he just does not making anything that I'm particularly interested in. This is nothing like any of the stuff I've seen. So, not an issue there. Next time.